The Tallahassee Democrat has been keeping you in touch since 1905 with local, state, and national news, as well as reports from around the world. Hard-hitting journalism and integrity have been the paper's hallmarks for more than a century. But it took more than just solid reporting, creative advertising, and thoughtful editorials to set this high standard of excellence. It required publishers with vision, a keen intellect, and strong leadership skills. Sadly, that tradition of excellence ended in the late 90s when a young gunslinger and a real top gun, Mike Pate, took the controls. With a strong reputation for never dancing around tough issues or paying lip service to local politicians, Mike and his alumni band of brothers returned to save the day. And things just haven't been the same since. The Capital Chapter of the Florida Public Relations Association proudly presents the 8th annual Roast and Toast, honoring Mike Pate. Now, there are those among us who would have you believe journalists are part of a left-wing conspiracy, that our sole purpose is to fill your minds with liberal propaganda. Well, being fair and balanced, we decided to get the real scoop from those who know Mike Pate the best.
Liberal bias, Mike Pate. Are you kidding? Mike Pate runs this place like Fox News. Fair and balanced, equal treatment of all sides, all voices heard. I've been here 20 years. I've heard that old thing about liberal bias in the Democrats so many times. It just isn't true. Okay, is that thing turned off now? Okay, it's not running? You're sure? I mean, listen, I was having a hard time keeping a straight face. I got to tell you, I get emails, I get phone calls from Mike Pate. Why didn't we cover that ACLU news conference yesterday? Why don't we get more news from the feminists? The guy's got a hotline to Bill Proctor. He is the reason we are so liberal. He tells us not even to bother getting the other side from the Republicans. I get phone calls this morning, why don't you guys ever hit Jeb Bush harder? What's the matter? We need to plug Rod Smith. Scott Maddox just announced for governor. We could use, 3, 4 profiles on Scott. Never mind those other guys, Charlie Crist, guys like that. When are we going to do another feature on the Tallahassee Progressive Center? We haven't had one in weeks. But look, excuse me, I got to get back to work on my column. Mike Spike, the one I already had written and laid out on the page, he wants one titled, Why Florida Needs an Income Tax Now.
No matter what side of the political aisle Mike straddles, his tough-as-nails leadership demands the unwavering adoration and respect of his colleagues.
Okay, a lot of people want to know if Mike Pate gets his way very often in the editorial board meetings, and actually he doesn't. We have quite a few ways of bringing him around our way of thinking. One of them is to hold up his favorite cheesecake of Catherine Zeta-Jones, and his knees go weak and he can't think anymore, and then we always get our way.
Hell, who knows? Catherine goes for really old guys. Oh well, no matter how unrealistic Mike's expectations might be, his can-do leadership has everyone at the Democrat going the extra mile.
I just love working for Mike Pate. I can't believe how many ideas he's come up with for improving the news product and growing revenue and profit. In fact, I'll do anything to help make the Tallahassee Democrat more successful. Get your Democrat! Tallahassee Democrat! Tallahassee Democrat! Paper mister.
Mike's impact at the Democrat is very clear. But the true measure of the man is how he and his beloved Tallahassee Democrat are perceived by his friends as well as community leaders.
I am greatly disturbed by the political machinations of the Tallahassee Democrats editorial board. Although their editorials and news coverage might seem to have a laissez-faire, anti-environment, pro-development slant, I'm sure this is just a diversion from their participation in the national left-wing media conspiracy that is ruining this country. Take my word for it, people. Mike Pate is the chairman now of the Tallahassee Democrats editorial board. The right-wing propaganda we see in the paper on a daily basis is merely just a cover for Mike Pate's left-wing, UN-loving, socialist, God-denying, secular humanist agenda.
Hello, I'm Scott Maddox, Tallahassee has-been and used to be mayor. I am so proud to be here tonight via video to pay tribute to Mike Pate. Mike has really taught me to like the Tallahassee Democrat, and it wasn't an easy sell. Yes, he called me at night drunkenly several times singing that stupid song, "It's About Your Community," the Tallahassee Democrat. But he also taught me that the Democrat means so much to this community, and he's given me lots of uses for it. I greatly appreciate all that he's done for Tallahassee and all that he's taught me to do with the Tallahassee Democrat.
I use the Democrat on a very regular basis. It's come in handy in my life for quite some time.
What a wonderful night for you, Mike Pate. Congratulations. As a chamber executive, I couldn't think of a better publisher to work with. Kudos to you as you move into your retirement of even coming up with more ideas and even willing to take more chances.
In all seriousness, Mike, you are a Tallahassee asset, and I'm proud to be here to support you. And Mike, you have taught not only me, but my entire family to love the Tallahassee Democrat. Good boy, Lockjaw. On the paper. Kaka Lockjaw. Good boy. On the paper. It's about your community, the Tallahassee Democrat, keeping you in touch. Good boy, Lockjaw. Good boy.
It's about our community, the Tallahassee Democrat, keeping you in touch. Read all about it in the Tallahassee Democrat, keeping you in touch. Insights, interesting articles, information you can use. We got the spotlight on our local community, your neighbors in the news. We're all in this together, watching our world go by. Familiar faces and places, it's the story of our lives. It's about our community, the Tallahassee.
The Capital Chapter of the Florida Public Relations Association congratulates Mike Pate and the Tallahassee Democrat on more than 100 years of keeping us in touch.